Hello and welcome to the brand new lens by Canon called 70 to 300 mm with an aperture of 4 to 5.6 and an optical image stabilizer. If you require a filter, you need a 67 mm filter for it. The build quality is super nice, it's robust and it feels kind of good. What buttons do you get? You get a switch to turn on and off the optical image stabilizer, switch between AF and the manual focus, and you have a mode button. Putting this lens on the Canon EOS 6D Mark II, we'll see what you get from this indication here. Turn on the camera. You have a level indication, then you see the aperture, you see the closest focusing distance, and of course you have an indication of your focal lengths. That's 70, that's 100, 135, 200 and 300 mm. And I think that this indication is not illuminated during hours of darkness. Let's start with the review on Canon's new version of the 70 to 300 mm with a maximum aperture of f4 at 70 mm and f5.6 at 300 mm. These numbers mean to you that you can expect to have not the best lens for low light shots, but as long as you take your photos during the day for wildlife and sport, you'll be fine. This lens would have been ideal for outdoor activities of all kinds if we would not miss a dust and moisture housing. I did not see any evidence of such a feature on the Canon's website, so I assume it does not have any kind of protection against Mother Nature. But at the end of the day, this lens cost you 500 euros, and for this price it feels valuable and not cheap at all. If you have watched my reviews on Canon's EOS 6D Mark II and 200D, you probably would have noticed some shots taken from far away, where I made use of this lens. The zoom so as the focus ring have both a pleasant resistance, which makes this lens ideal for filmmakers. It felt super easy for us to track our subjects during manual focus operation. The Canon 70 to 300 mm can be used on all Canon full frame and APS-C sensor cameras, whereas you can expect a fast out-of-focus system on all new Canon cameras. For those of you who are into video production, will benefit of a fast and precise AF system during live view recording on a camera such as the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV or 6D Mark II. The main reason to use such a lens would be for sport and wildlife photography, where you require a fast out-of-focus system. A really good feature that I've not seen before is the digital indication in form of a small display on the upper side of this lens. You can display the focal length, for instance, or a level bar to be more accurate. I bet you'll be able to take great portraits on the next wedding with this lens. It offers you a great bokeh with a fabulous amount of sharpness throughout the entire focal length. Convince yourself with a couple examples. A direct link in the description below guides you to my Google Drive account. But that's not all! I'm surprised what you get for the relative low price. The inbuilt image stabilizer does a fantastic job if you want to take photos freehand during hours of darkness with a longer exposure time. And for those of you who are interested in taking videos, it's ideal for all kinds of shots that you take handheld. After I was watching a couple example photos that I took during the day on my computer, I did not see any evidence for chromatic aberrations. You must be really focused to spot a magenta or green stitch. At the end, we'll take a look on how this lens performs with vignetting. Starting wide open, you will definitely spot some dark edges around the photo, but as soon as you have stopped down to f6.3 or 7.1, you should get rid of the vignetting. The best solution would be Adobe Lightroom anyways. Let's make it quick. The new version of this lens is absolutely great. I enjoy taking photos of fast moving subjects with an ultra fast out of focus. The bokeh looks super soft and the sharpness is great for wildlife, sports and travel photography. And all these features on such a compact lens are available for a great price of just 500 euros. The only missing feature is the dust and moisture protection. But to be honest with you, when have you been outside during a typhoon to take pictures the last time? I haven't. Get this lens at Frankfurt's best camera store, GM-Foto, near the Frankfurt airport. Thanks for watching and make sure to visit Frankfurt am Main during the next summer. Tschüss aus Deutschland.